Hi, my name is Martha Savini, and I'm with the Lexington Chamber of Commerce. For this month's Chamber Spotlight, I'm sitting down with Molly Rapoli from the Galaray House right here in Lexington Center. Thanks so much for sitting down with me today and sharing about your business.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your background, because this is such an interesting concept, and how you came to be.
Thank you. So I'm one of the owners. Ray Ball is the other owner. I have a studio art major and then went into graphic design for events and magazine curating in the magazine world. And Ray is business and marketing. And so together we were just trying to come up with a way to make an art gallery a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more inviting. We were talking one day about how you purchase art and where do you buy art. And me with an art background said, oh, you go to an art gallery. And Ray with a business background said, I don't walk into art galleries. Why? They're intimidating. Everyone's looking at you. You weirdly walk around quietly. And so we just got on that conversation of how to make an art gallery exciting and welcoming to all ages. And here we are.
Yeah, it's definitely a little different in here. The concept is not your regular art gallery where you walk in and it's still and quiet and imposing. This is very welcoming. Talk a little bit about the concept and how you came up with it and what it is.
Yeah, so we thought, everyone walks into a coffee shop, everybody likes coffee. So adding a coffee bar added that piece of comfort. It makes it a little bit more comfortable, like I said, and just allows people to come in and really enjoy the art with the coffee. It also lets you sit a little bit longer and really be part of the art. Envision it in your kitchen or in your living room because you're drinking that cup of coffee or you're meeting with your husband or your best friend. And we think that's a really cool thing that we have now created here.
I think it's genius because when you go into a regular traditional art gallery, you're standing, people are watching you. It's very, it's uncomfortable. But when you're sitting down having a cup of coffee, you're kind of taking it in. And if you come, you might be like, oh, I didn't notice that last week, but I really like it,
Also with the coffee, it gets people to come back more. Mm-hmm. So, you walk into an art gallery, you might not ever go back. Right. You might have even seen something you loved, but to get them back in the door, it's a little bit harder. Coffee, you're coming in for your morning coffee or your weekend coffee, and you're thinking, I did really like that piece. And now I saw it again, and I do really like that piece still. And so getting those return customers are great. And we love having, those regulars.
Yeah. So you were celebrating your 1-year anniversary in Lexington this Friday, which is very exciting. How did you land here? Because this is not, we don't have a lot of galleries or a lot of places to showcase art.
Yeah, so we were looking at a few different neighborhoods. We really loved the culture here, the art community here. And then when we peeked into these windows, it was exactly what we wanted. We wanted a downtown like this. This downtown is so quaint and so nice. And then we really wanted an art gallery. So we're first and foremost an art gallery, and we wanted the space to portray that. So when we peeked in the windows and we saw the high ceilings and the track lighting, we were like, this will give the impression that's an art gallery. We're not a coffee shop that sells art. We're an art gallery that has coffee just to help bring people in and, again, make them more comfortable and enjoy the art more.
Awesome. You have a lot of different artists hanging on the walls. I see Sam Andrews, who's a local guy I've known since he was 5. You also have a wide array of artists. How do you partner with artists and decide what you put where? And
yeah, so it's curated completely from me and Ray, and we get artist submissions on our website. So a lot of the local artists come in and talk to us, and then they submit on our website. Mm-hmm. And then we have national and international artists as well. So those are more our reach out to them. We find them through art galleries or art shows that we've been to, or connections and people we've been following for a while. And just, we both have to really have an attraction to the piece, and then we put it together. So we kind of mix and match what works in the space itself. We also work directly with the artists, so some of the pieces they have created specifically for us, which is great. We say these are the colors we want, this is the theme we like, we really think this size would be good, and that's really, really fun, especially with an art background. I love doing that. I love talking to the artists about what pieces we want and what pieces, talk to the artist, but also we think we'll talk to our clients as well.
Yeah. One thing you mentioned earlier that I think is super cool, never heard about at a gallery before, if someone walks in and wants to buy a piece of art, I want you to share how that happens because this is unusual, but also if they're not sure if they want to see it in their house, you offer a very unique service that I've never heard of before.
So we want you to love the piece as much as we love the piece and as much as the artist loves the piece. And so we let you see it in your home. So we will chaperone the piece, this is what we call it, to your house and make sure that it's in the spot you want, the colors are exactly the way you want it, and that you fall in love with it at your house as much as you do in the gallery. So if you see a piece or you're deciding between two pieces and you're not sure the size is correct, we can bring it to your house and you can see it on your wall and in that room before you commit to it. And if you don't love it, that's fine, we take it back and we hope to find you a piece that you do love. We also have more art than what's on the walls. So we hold more inventory and we have all these relationships with the artists. So, you know, if you love this piece, but it's too big and we don't carry a piece specifically that you're loving right now, we can go to the artist and ask them, our client's looking for this, and we put together a full portfolio of pieces that we think, you know, fall within that range of what you're looking for. Some of our artists also do commissions, which is really fun. So they don't all, but some of them do, which means you're basically working between us and the artist to make the perfect piece for you.
That's super cool and very unusual.
Yeah.
So you mentioned you are an art gallery that serves coffee. Tell us a little bit about the food and the beverages you guys do have, because you definitely have a substantial amount of offerings that besides art.
Yeah, so we've curated our coffee bar as much as we curate the art. We carry Little Wolf Coffee Roasters, which is out of Ipswich, Massachusetts. And we can make espressos, lattes, we do drip coffee, and then we have teas, matcha teas, and then we also have a few pastry items. We were really, whatever the word would be, we were really direct on what type of food we wanted to have. Because again, we don't want to be a cafe. We're not someone who's making you salads and avocado toast. We're someone who's just giving you a little bit extra to sit and enjoy. So we partner with BIY Foods in Lexington, and she's amazing and her food's amazing. And so our scones are freshly baked every morning and we pick them up from her. We have some cookies from High Rise out of Cambridge. And then we have some dietary allergy-friendly treats from Dee's Bake Shop. So we really just wanted to add a little sweet something without going full board menu, because our number one priority is the art. And so we wanted to make a menu that reflects that.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit about First Friday celebrations.
So every First Friday we have an event from 6 to 8. And it's open to the public, and we do complimentary wine tasting, complimentary coffee, and it's kind of a new look at the gallery. So we switch around the art, we give it a new twist, and we get a new featured artist. So the whole back wall changes. That featured artist is at the event, which is really cool, and a lot of the local artists show up too. So it's basically your traditional gallery opening that they do on Friday nights in the city or places like that. Just gets a good vibe in here and a fun event to do earlier in the evening. A lot of people come and then they go to Il Casale for dinner, or they'll go down to the inn for dinner, and it just is great. It builds community, and you can see this place in a different light at nighttime.
That's super cool. And on that note, you also have something that Lexington desperately needs. You offer event hosting in your gallery. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we can do private events. You rent out the space. There's a lot of different options with the coffee bar, without the coffee bar. We can hold a great amount of people. We've done a baby shower that was adorable. They did a big balloon arch and they had clothes everywhere. And we're doing birthday parties. So you can rent out the space kind of for any of your needs that you want. And it's great. Everyone loves it. And like I said, it's a different vibe when it's like happening and dark, and you know, it's fun.
Super cool. And if people are interested in that, they should just come in and talk to you?
Yeah, they can come in or they can email us through our website. One of us is usually here, so yeah.
Great. Would you mind taking a walk around and talking about some of the pieces?
No, not at
That'd
all.
be super cool.
Definitely.
Well, you're nice enough to show us a little bit behind the scenes and talk about a couple of pieces and the artists. So we're standing in front of two really nice ones. So
yeah, so these are from a Lexington artist. Her name is Beagley Lucas. She's wonderful and the sweetest lady. And what I love about these pieces is that they're so different. This is more what she does. She works on the reflections and things like that. And then she went through a series where she did it on installation board. So this is literally as light as a feather installation board. And what I love is that it has a lot of texture to it. And she said, you know, her thumbprints and her paint marks added to the texture, and that just makes the piece more, you know, unique and different. And then she stayed with her style by adding these reflections in here, which just came out stunning. And then this was a stencil she made. She handmade the stencil and then did that as kind of like the table overlay. And then this one was a still life she set up on her vacation, and every time she painted she had to go outside at around the same time so the light would be the same way. So this was fully on her balcony, a beautiful still life, and then she just worked on it, which I think is unbelievable. Someone who really can't paint, you know, it's great.
I love it.
Yeah, and so we also do kids crafts, and so we tried to do a kids craft that mirrors something on the wall. So for this one we've done a aluminum foil painting. So we got aluminum foil, and if you paint on it, you can actually imprint it onto paper. And so we always have that. We do it once a month on Saturday and Sunday. We say it's for like 2 to 7 year olds because we do stickers and stuff, but the older kids enjoy the concept and really, you know, it makes their own little masterpieces.
Yeah, and you
fun.
link the art to the kids, so
Yeah.
it's meaningful. That's awesome. So we are front and center at the gallery. This is what you see when you first walk in the door. Can you tell us why it's here, what it means?
Yeah, so we had a lot of people kind of like peeking in and not understanding yet what we were. So we wanted to do a kind of big eye catcher when you walk in. We switch these around, but I think this is a great example of all the different types of art we do or that we have here. So it's a big mix of things. You know, this is very textured. This is oil on panel. This is a wonderful piece by an artist named Kevin. And then we have these textured epoxy pieces as well. It's Gloucester, which is very cool. And the miniature one is of Boston. This one in the middle is by artist Mackenzie West, who will actually be our featured artist for November. So she will have all of her pieces in the back, and for that first Friday, like we were talking about, she will be here. So it'll be really exciting, and it'll give us a nice fall mood to the gallery, which will be cool.
Very nice. Well, this has been really fun. Thank you so much for meeting with
Thank
me today and
you.
sharing about your business. I've had a great time. Hope it was fun for you.
I loved it. Anytime, please. We have stories about all the pieces. So one of us are always here, me or Ray. Just ask us. We love talking about it. That's our favorite part of this. So let us know. We have little stories about all of them and all the artists.
Awesome.